And Dr. Art, I have hit the go live button, and it says you are
We're live.
live. And here we are. We're live, and it's Wednesday night.
We are live.
Woo! Yes.
Yay.
Was that loud enough with my super mic?
It was loud, yes.
Yes. Okay. Who we got in the house here? Mexican stick on Fubar. Fubar the axe. Fubar 000. Yes. KJ Kylie, what's happening? Sweaty fat guy. What's going on? Buddy Carfano, Mopar Man 78. Brian Donald, what's happening? Hole from Detroit, brother. The Frog Feeder. Side Rider. We don't have a lot of new faces in here tonight, but we just got started and we're a little bit late. So
yeah. Curse Reviews, Uncle Moose.
Oh, there's some more. Broke Joker.
Bill
Yes.
Kaiska. Yeah.
Hey, Bill. So what's going on, Dr. Art? What's new and exciting in your world?
I spent this afternoon cleaning up my freaking pigsty of a garage.
Nice.
And then the guy with the black truck, he stopped by, told me about all the weird shit he had done to it, so I could, finish servicing the thing.
And race me. And race me.
Yeah.
And my helpless little Belvedere.
Right. That's right. Yeah, that's been it. I still haven't done half the things I've wanted to get done, but it's just been a busy week.
Zero has entered the chat.
Although we're good.
Yes, we're all good now. Now our karma is balanced and we can motor on. Let's see let's see what anybody has to say here. MSK is somewhat new. Last week was my first. Well, I'm surprised he came back. What's up with that, man?
What the hell? Yeah.
Nick Daum, what's happening? Nick Daum. Let's see. Frog Feeder saying it's rainy, gloomy, chilly California here. It's a nice day today. Yesterday was like 70 degrees, man. It was gorgeous.
It was.
Today, not so much. But I'll take it. I think winter is over for us.
Mm-hmm.
Frog Feeder is going to cook up some burgers real quick, and I'm hungry. Why'd you say that?
Yeah, I could use a burger. Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah. Geez, seriously. I can go to try to figure out this valve body and shift kit tonight. That's always fun. You should do the valve body shift kit before the burgers. This way, every bite tastes a little bit like ATF.
Like ATF, and you get that good cleaning detergent of ATF going through your bowels. Yeah.
Side Rider wants to know how's Lady Kathy. Kathy Bananas is doing awesome. She's taking care of the dogs. She's wrangling the dogs. Thank you for asking.
Oh, and orange is not a color, Tony.
What's up, bro?
Orange is not a color.
Orange is not a color.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, okay.
Nothing. It's nothing.
I'm easy to confuse.
It's something that Kathy said to Lucky. So.
Oh, that orange isn't a color?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Ryan B. asked this a while ago. Casing a highway speed vibration in floor near trains. Eliminated all driveline possibilities. Engine balance with flex plate and torque converter. What else could this be? I'm stumped. Tail shift bushing.
Highway speed vibration in floor. You could have a wonky back tire, and it'll shake the seat. Yeah.
The thing is, he'd be describing it more as a thump than a vibration.
Yeah, no. If you got one that's way out, it'll shake.
Shake, yes, yeah. It would shake and stuff like that, but it wouldn't vibrate. Like he'd have to have like 12-inch wheels and be cruising at like 175 miles an hour for it to be an actual, vibration. He would be describing a wheel issue as like a thump or a wiggle or something like that.
Well, okay, so vibration, like or noise or a feeling, or what do you got? What is this?
I don't know. Let's see
vibration?
what he says. Ryan B.
Yeah,
Elaborate on your problem, bro.
elaborate. Build a damn paragraph.
Oh wait, he just hang on. There he is. Tail shaft bushing and bearing replaced. Tried new tires and wheels, still have the vibration.
Okay. And then you got a drive shaft issue, sounds like. Or I mean, you could have some fucking exhaust hitting the thing, or there's could be lots of stuff.
Okay. I had this not too long ago, and I think, well, yeah, maybe it was like 5 years ago. It's all like one day to me now. It's all just blends together. I had this problem, and I did a video on it. It was a vibration. It was a road speed vibration, and I traced it out to the C clips on the front universal joint, the front U joint. Okay, so the groove for the C clip was, let's say, a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, but the C clip itself was about half that thickness, and so the whole thing shifted over and gave like a highway speed vibration. Do you have fresh U joints in there? And if you do have fresh U joints in there, are you sure that the C clips fit the grooves tightly? Because I did have that problem, and I did do a video on it on this channel, but I can't remember. I don't remember when it was or what the exact situation was, but I know I covered that.
Yeah, I used to get the same thing at about 70 on that. Not the current V8 Ranger, but the one before that, the 2001, because it was so lowered.
Yeah.
And it was just, yeah. So.
Well, see, that's another thing that's a possibility. Does this thing have an altered ride height at all?
Because that will do it.
Rotated 440 is saying vibration. I had a transmission mount that was the issue. I'm going to assume that if he's gone to the length of having the tail shaft bushing and everything replaced, that those bases have already been covered.
Yeah, go up from that one a little bit to Lincoln Roach.
Lincoln Roach. There he is.
7:40 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, give him the same answer see if you give him the same answer that Jamie gave him.
The same answer that Jamie. I can't compete with Jamie. All right. Jamie answered this question. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at a 78 D200 on the weekend. It'll be my first old school Mopar. Guy says reverse band needs adjustment. How can I tell if it actually needs adjustment?
Actually needs a transmission.
Oh, actually needs a transmission. Oh. Jeez. How can I tell if it actually needs a transmission? Drive it.
When's the last time you had to do a reverse band adjustment for a wonky transmission?
I mean, it could be, but geez, I don't know. You know what? I tell you what, I can't give you a good solid answer off the top of my head, but it's a bargaining chip. Okay, it's a bargaining chip. Tell him, hey, I know you're telling me it's a reverse band, but there's no way to know what actually taking the transmission out and taking it apart.
Yeah, it needs a transmission. Yeah,
it needs a transmission. Just that simple. It needs a transmission. And it's a torque fight, man. It's a really easy transmission to do. John Connett, at what performance horsepower level should I upgrade from a 5/16 line to a 3/8?
400.
The answer is 4. So not too many performance cars. All Chrysler lower grade performance cars. So your 340s and your 383s and single 4-barrel 440s all came with 5/16 line, where your 6-packs and Hemis came with 3/8. Honestly, if you're going to do any hot rodding with the thing at all, I would just upgrade it, and you've got it apart. You know what I mean? Like where it's like, I would just automatically upgrade to the 3/8. Yeah. Is it not only is it slightly, well, it's not slightly undersized, it's kind of undersized. And like you said, Dr. Art says about 400 horsepower. And yeah, I'm actually gonna move it down a little bit. I'm gonna say like 350 or so. But remember that line, the way it's laid out in the car, if it's a Mopar, I'm assuming you're talking about a Mopar. It does a lot of right and left hand bends, 90-degree bends and stuff as it goes under the car, and all of that slows the fuel down also. So yeah, just do it. If you're planning on doing any hot rod with the car at all, just do that.
Yeah. Look at the last comment on the bottom there.
Last comment. This guy?
Yeah.
That one guy from that one show.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Tony. Hey, that one guy. I've been glued to the Nostalgia Dragster series and would like to build one someday. I was afraid this was going to happen. Is there a possibility, a book or something going into detail on everything involved with building one? Have you been following the series? Because I've covered details. I've gone into some really nitty-gritty details. But you have to remember that everything I'm covering on this car is for a car that was built 50-something years ago, almost 60 years ago, and then upgraded like 55 years ago. So by today's standards, if you're going to build a nostalgia top fuel car, pretty much all of the tech on this thing is outdated. Is there a book? No, there's no book. There's no videos. There's no books. There's no magazine articles. There's nothing. There's nothing. The only literature that I can tell you for certain is going to cover detailed information is stuff that I wrote for Superstock and Drag Illustrated magazine in 1996, 30 years ago. Try to find that. Other than that, man, you're
other than that, try and find a group of old guys that have nostalgia dragsters and actually, like compete with them or show them or something like and along that series. And they'll tell you the same thing. They'll be like, but that's be the best way to learn if you could, if those curmudgeons will tell you any secrets.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. It really just don't. I mean, just watch people do it. Just watch other people do it. Yeah, don't. Nick Adam, thank you for the super chat. Funny, my last name is pronounced Dom, but with Austria spelling Daum. Oh, the A and the U makes an O sound, just so you don't stroke it out the next time. Thank you, Nick Dom.
Nick Dom. Nick the Dom, kiss my ring.
I'm sorry, bro. Squeach. Is that your actual name?
Yeah.
My son bought a 1986 Chrysler Fifth Avenue, has the computer in the air cleaner. Recommendations for doing a GM EFI swap? Thank you. I would just put a carburetor on here, man. Pick up a spread bore carb, a thermoquad, a quadrajet. Actually, a car would have had a quadrajet from the factory. And yeah, just do away with that whole system. And a distributor. You got to put in a regular vacuum / mechanical advanced distributor, because the distributor that thing came with is locked out. So put a conventional distributor, a conventional carburetor on there, and you'll be so happy. Dr. Art, what is your opinion on this?
100%. I'm doing the same thing, the same era car on that El Camino. That computer feedback crap it's garbage. It was, it was a good idea 50 years ago, but it didn't work. So just go old school on regular 4-barrel and a regular distributor, and the thing will run like a top.
Bro, when I was young and like these cars were like new, they were on the road. Okay, I was making swaps. Like the cars were like 2 years old, a year old, 2 years old. Nobody can make them run right. You can't make them run right. So I was doing those swaps way back when. So yeah, I have no recommendations. And doing a GME EFI swap. That just sounds like a crossbreeding nightmare to me. To me. Let's see. What's so funny?
Xavier Schneider, 3 from the bottom.
I just successfully made enchiladas for the first time thanks to your Edelbrock carb rebuild. Nice.
We take enchiladas as payment. Yeah.
There's so much good information in these videos. Dr. Art, did I cover making enchiladas on?
Apparently you did. You did a damn fine job of it too.
All right, well, Xavier, awesome. Send me a couple.
Yeah.
Big Red Channel 20 Pro4 makes a distributor ignition module kit. So he's talking about the lean burn conversion. Moperman planetarium neutral drop. Some type of astronaut procedure only done once. It's the planetary that lets go on a neutral drop. You know, it's a aluminum spline. So when you neutral drop it, it'll tear the teeth out of it. And your telltale there is that you'll be fine in reverse, and that's it. Squeeze. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for your expertise. I appreciate it. I am Sasquatch's younger, dumber brother. Zero. Boss, help is help no matter where it's from or apparently about. Yes. This is true greatness achieved.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're rolling thick tonight. Another super chat.
Yeah. Alpha Dylan, Tony, do you reuse rod bolts, or do you use new bolts on your builds? Can you explain the proper way to use original connecting rods? Thanks. Okay. In my mind, and other people might argue, right? They may have a different viewpoint on this. Rod bolts are a factor of RPM more than anything else. Because remember now, power has nothing to do with rod bolts. The piston is under compression. The rod is under compression when it's under load. But RPM now, right? The centrifugal force, the higher the RPM, the higher the centrifugal load on the rod bolts. And that's when you start to run into issues with them. On a basically stock rebuild that's going to run in around the range of RPM that the factory, I don't do anything with them. Higher horsepower, I check them for stretch. And generally, you know that as you're taking a motor apart, which is one of the reasons I like to take all my motors apart by hand. I don't use air tools when I'm taking an engine apart. Because if you've got a stretched rod bolt there, you know immediately as soon as you go to...
Yeah, because it's like...
Right. It just kind of like spins right off. So check for stretch. Any stretch, awesome. But yeah, unless you're going to significantly increase the RPM of the engine, I would just leave them. Or in some cases, you got undersized rod bolts where you've got a 5/16 rod bolt and you want to upgrade to a 3/8. That makes sense. But most of your Chevys and your Mopars and stuff, well, your popular engines already use the small block Ford uses 5/16, right? The Windsor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're dealing with something like that, if you're like with a Windsor Ford, you want to upgrade from the 5/16 to the 3/8. That's a really good idea. But other than that, I
think I've put rod bolts in like 2 of 100 engines. And that's just because I had too much money at the time.
Right. Just burning a hole in your pocket.
And they were both small block Ford, so it wasn't really, throwing money away. But yeah, most of the time, unless there's damage, torque them back down to spec and let's go.
Somebody's asking about a reverse power valve. What do you know of this reverse power valve thing, Dr. Art?
The only reference I have for a reverse power valve is on blow-through carburetors. because it takes the pressure from
Right.
the atmosphere instead of the vacuum underneath.
It's like a boost reference power valve.
Yeah, but a reverse power valve, I'm not sure what really talking about. So
Thunderstruck, Tony, do you automatically have your rods resized by a machine shop when you replace the rod bolts? No. If you pop the caps apart, okay. First off, if the cap fights you when you're taking it apart, generally speaking, it should take just 1 or 2 easy taps on. So what I do is I'm pulling the rods out of an engine. I loosen the rod nuts until the threads of the rod bolts are covered by the nut, and then a couple of small taps just to break the seal. Now you get the rod out and you got it in your hand, okay? If you have to do any more than just a slight tug to separate the cap from the rod, it probably needs to be resized. If you look at the rod, and the rods all have a crosshatch in them, just like a cylinder wall, and you see the crosshatch is uneven or scuffed away, resize it. But if the connecting rod comes apart like that, and the crosshatch looks good, now you slide your new rod bolts in and call it a day. What about you, Dr. Art?
I would, yeah, that's as easy as you can make it. Don't overthink all this stuff. You don't have to just spend money because you're there.
That's the problem with a lot of this stuff. It's like nobody. It's the problem with everything, right? Nobody makes any money by telling you don't do something. Nobody makes any money by telling you, oh,
Right,
it's
yeah,
really simpler than that.
Yeah.
So
all those agents, all the pages of Hot Rod Magazine never made any money if you didn't buy that, Edelbrock intake that made 40 horsepower that only really gave you maybe 5.
Right, or they go to a machine shop to do a story on a build of whatever it happens to be.
Right,
okay?
and the old grizzly guy at the counter is like, well, no, you need new rod bolts and this, and oh yeah, we got our rods, yeah, magic green pistons, and yeah. No, I had and I get this all the time because I get people asking me about like a turbo LS engine. Well, it's only got 100,000 miles on it. I'm like, leave it alone. Mine's got 250 with 14 pounds of boost, and it's fine.
Right, the rings are ready for boost.
Yes, it's perfectly broken in for you.
And
you missed the super chat.
I got it. Broke Joker. Okay. Tony and Art, you've worked on tons of cars. Ever check out or thought about playing with a belly tank car? Dr. Art?
I'm always thinking about that, but I can't. For one, I wouldn't fit in a belly tank car. It would have to be more like a whale tank car. And then, what are you going to use for suspension? Volkswagen just front end or something like that. It would be cool. But it just wouldn't. It's not my thing. I need something a little bit bigger.
If I was 2,000 miles closer to a place where they do stuff like race belly tank cars, I don't know if I'd have a belly tanker per se, but I would definitely have a land speed type of car, like an El Mirage type of deal. But it's too far away. It's like it's out of my lexicon. You know what I'm saying? Although we do have a guy named George Poteet who lives about 30 miles from here, up in Mount Juliet, and he's a land speed racer. But I just don't have the kind of lifestyle that allows me to just pack up and run across the country, to spend a week out, I just can't do it. So, but if I could, if that was part of it, if I lived close to stuff like that, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
If I lived in Salt Lake City, oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what? If I was anywhere near the West Coast, like if you couldn't keep me away from things like Baja. You couldn't keep me away from that type of off-road racing. I love that stuff. I used to follow it pretty closely, even though I'm like a drag head. Okay, I love that kind of off-road racing, desert racing, and whatnot. But it doesn't happen in my environment, and I just do not have that kind of lifestyle that I can just say, "Well, okay, see you guys later. I'm on the road." So I did when I was younger. Can't do it now.
Right. Territory's got a good question up there for you at 758.
Territory. Good evening, Hemi Head. Okay, Tony Art, doing a 2-barrel to 4-barrel carb conversion on a 360 on my Dodge RV for better towing. I have a 1403 Edelbrock 500 CFM and a 1405 600 CFM. Is bigger better in Tim Allen voice? I can't picture Tim Allen voice, but I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Doing too. I mean, is the 4-barrel really going to tow better? I mean, I can see the 4-barrel towing, accelerating better. Like I know.
Well, you got to figure he's out west too, so he's going up hills and lots of stuff like that. So
yeah, I would go with the bigger car. The 600 is still undersized. Like if you're talking about like towing, like you're going to be going up a steep grade and you torque, right? With a big load, I would say go with the 600. It's going to be a marginal difference. It's not going to be a huge difference. And if the 500 and the 600 have the same size primaries, the 600 just has bigger secondaries. So flip a coin, really.
Mm-hmm. But put an exhaust on it, and it'll probably help you more than the 4-barrel.
Side rider, the long ram video was like throwing a rock through a wasp nest. Explain that one better, because I have no idea what you mean by that. I'm just scrolling back up.
Okay, there's a pretty decent question too.
Where?
Came through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom. Joey Simmons.
5 from the bottom. Joey Sims. Hey Joey. Replacing a 318 in the Dodge Ram Charger in 1982 to a 440 Winnebago. A good transmission adapter, please. Thank you. You mean from a
block to a big block? Yeah.
I'm not aware of any. I'm not aware of any.
Swap the trans, yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have to swap the case, man. Just pull the guts out of the case and swap it over. So the Ram Charger is going to have a 727 behind the 318. And your 440 Winnebago is going to have the same front half, right? Everything's going to be different out back because the Winnebago's got the short, the bolt-on flange. So swap the case, man. Just swap the case. I'm scrolling up here. Anthony Perna says there's a 340 short block by me for 500, but it's 60 over. Can I be bored again? Maybe just for a cleanup, like 2,000-3,000, so like a home job. Beyond that, I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Mr. Jeffrey Tuhax is in the garage.
Oh, where is
he? In the chat, yeah.
There he is. What's happening, Jeff? Okay, the guys are talking about valve bodies. Yeah, 80 Cobra guy. We were just talking about that. Dr. Art's familiar with it. I'm not. Yeah, evidently, it's a boost referenced power valve. However they do it, I don't know. I've never worked with one.
4 barrels for use, unfortunately. Yeah.
Shannon, going to be helping a friend pull a transmission from a 67 Coronet with long tube headers. Will the torsion bars need to be removed as well to get the trans out? Depends on the headers. Larger tube like hookers, yeah, you have to pull the torsion bar on the. Is it the driver's side? Or is it, I don't know. One side you got to pull the torsion bar, but it's only that one set of headers, and you'll know it because it's like the is it the back tube? The back tube or the next to back tube has like a big windy kind of curve to it. Yeah, you're gonna have to. One type of header is going to need that done, and the other type of header, no. I'm not under the car. I can't. Joey Simmons, thank you for the super chat. Any new puppy pictures? No. Did I show the puppy last week?
You showed it to me. I don't know if you showed it to the group here.
Oh, so her official name now is Amelia May. The other two are Winnie.
Yeah, we talked about the name, but I can't remember.
Well, we were gonna call her oh, fuck, I can't remember. Hang on. We were gonna call her Lacey, and then we thought about it a little bit, and we're gonna go with Amelia May. I mean, hang on. There we go. I don't have any pictures of my own. I got to go to Kathy's. Just because photos. Here she is.
Oh, okay. They're saying that they saw it, but you can show it.
Oh, we just see it.
Yeah.
That's Amelia May, and she's 1 month old today. So we'll have her in about 2 or 3 weeks.
2 more weeks, yeah.
Yeah. She's adorable.
Another super chat.
Yes, or Kathy did. Can you see a puppy too many times? Yes, it was Lacey May. You chose May, and we kept May. We changed Lacey to Amelia, but we kept May 0 because of you. Squeash, thank you for super chat. We got something out of that. See you tomorrow. Thanks again. I don't even remember what it is that you got something out of it, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Scrolling back up. Mustang GoPro. Uncle Tony, do you have a special place in your heart for Fox body Mustangs? I certainly do. What's your take on them for what they are? It's the most successful and versatile drag car platform of all time. It's just you can't beat them. Not just the Mustangs, but all of the Foxes in general. I don't have one. Yeah, but Dr. Art does. Well, you don't. No,
I've probably had 20 of them, but yeah. Right now.
He knows them better than I do.
A bang for the buck. I mean, really, to have a nice little V8, even if it's a mostly stock V8 at 225, 230 horse at a 5-speed, and good exhaust on it. There's not anything you can have more fun with for a few $1,000s, really. It's just so tough to get one that's not just so hammered anymore. You just got to look for other stuff.
So MSK wants to know. She says my nearest track is 8th Mile. They're all going to be 8th Mile. I guarantee you, in the not too distant future, the quarter mile is going to be extinct. Almost guarantee it. My nearest track is 8th Mile, and it's got me curious. How would you set up a car differently compared to a quarter mile?
Gearing.
Yeah, I mean, gearing to the extent that your suspension is going to take it. Really, that's about it. Okay, so let's just say your car's currently set up like with a 450 gear, and you're getting good results out of that with your combination on a quarter mile. So you drop to like a 480, 490, 5.0 gear set. You're kind of in the range. Your suspension, everything is still going to work. Your tires are still going to work. You don't want to blitz it by going like to 557. You see what I'm saying? You want to gear it as low as your suspension and your current suspension and tire combination are going to take, because you might find yourself on a quarter mile track. But for the most part, just take it out there and run it. Just take it out there and run it.
You can get a lot more 8th Mile runs out of the car because you're not just ragging it out for that last.
Yep. Yeah. Once you become accustomed to 8th Mile, you never want to see another quarter mile.
Yeah, the quarter mile gets boring after. It's like, okay, I'm top gear, waiting for the flight. Yeah.
And Fubar just put the link to my merch. Thank you, Fubar. So we've got our shirts and our hats and our stickers and stuff there at UncleTony'sGarage.com. Thank you. So Fubar put up the link. And Dr. Art has stuff on his channel, and Fubar just put up the link to his. So there we go.
Go there. Yeah. And you got another super chat from Hemihead.
Thank you, Hemihead. Tony, are you all familiar with the EV slate truck we can actually repair ourselves? I saw something about the slate truck. I didn't see that video. I saw the video with the thumbnail where they're saying it's an EV truck you can repair yourself. I don't know what that means exactly. What is the extent of being able to repair it yourself? What do you know about it, Dr. Art?
Exactly the same thing. I've seen the thumbnail and I'm like, oh, that's okay. I'll move on. But it's supposed to be just a little like base, and you can add to it as you wish, and put radios.
It's like a blank slate.
Yeah, it's just exactly. It's a clean slate. Yeah, you just add whatever you want to it, bodies and.
Right. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a perfect idea for the times. It's what people keep asking for. When it's simple, no frills, vehicle. If an electric fits your lifestyle, then I think the slate, in concept at least, because I haven't seen one. We don't know what they actually do, other than what I've seen online. I think it's a fantastic idea, but I don't know any of the details. Poised for Duty wants to know, explain why the quarter mile is going away. Over the last 20 years, really. But especially since the whole Street Outlaws thing got started, okay? And then you got all of these tire series, all of these no prep events, all these back half events. The whole generation of anybody who's been introduced to drag racing over the last 10 or 15 years, all of their references are in the 8th mile. All of the big events are 8th mile. All of the heroes are racing on the 8th mile, okay? The 8th mile is better in every possible way than a quarter mile. All of the action takes place in the first 660 feet. And after that, it's like, what are you doing? You're going to sit there from 660 to 1320, just hanging on in high gear, waiting for your stuff to just throw itself on the track. That's it. That's only reason. So the 8th mile is superior in every possible way. And like I said, to younger people who are just coming up in the sport, they follow the street racing channel and Billy the Kid and all this other stuff. And this is how they race. This is where they race. The quarter mile days are absolutely numbered. The insurance is cheaper for an 8th mile track. The real estate is cheaper for an 8th mile track. You've got just more grounds, right? It's just so much easier. The cleanup is easier on 8th mile track. Like I said, I've become 8th mile accustomed. Like in my mind now, I just equate everything to 8th mile. It's only the old school in me that still thinks of quarter mile times and shit, because that's how we measured everything back in the day. But everything cool today is happening on the 8th mile.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that, Dr. Art?
Yes. I was, because when I moved out here to Tennessee and everyone's like, oh, it's 8th mile, I was like, eh. But then you're like, oh, this is so much nicer.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more fun because, like I said, you get, by the time you get to the end of the 8th mile, you've experienced all the things you're going to experience. And after 8th mile, like you said, it's just hanging out waiting for the shit to blow at the bottom of the car.
Right.
So it's a quicker race. I think it's more, you get a little bit more adrenaline out of it.
Yeah, you think about it, when you're setting up a drag car, right? 100% of what you're doing, the gearing, the suspension, everything is everything that you can do to a car is being implemented, even including aerodynamics. Everything you can do to a car is being implemented by the 8th mile. Beyond the 8th mile, it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing you can do. All of your suspension, all of your tuning, everything is all set up and it's all used up by the 8th mile. So beyond that, you're just sitting there. You're just sitting
pushing air. Yeah. Right. So, Broke Jerker, question For me, okay. I work at an auto parts store. I see Audi and VW all the time. One Audi guy has a A4. Always challenged me to race in my 14 Camaro SS. Are Audi owners always super cocky? Yes.
Yes, it's part of it.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
a
it's
German car
like
thing.
yeah, I have an Audi. He's got a little shitty Volkswagen 4-cylinder. It's an A4. Go away.
Min Made Muscle is saying eighth is safer for slow cars. True. But for fast cars, the wear and tear is multiplied by 10. Where do you get that from? I don't see how the wear and tear would be multiplied. NHRA, so is 60 feet even more fun?
Well, that's where everything happens. If your 60-foot sucks, so is your run. Yeah, that's everything happens in the first 60 feet.
That's the truth. 60 foot is really where your run is made or broken in that 60 foot. But
now, well, finish your thought, and I have another thought.
But you're not really running through all of the gears and putting the car through all of the motions in the 60 foot, where by the 8th mile, you have done everything. There's nothing else to do past the 8th mile. You're done, right? So, I don't know. If you like quarter mile, then you stick with quarter mile. It's.
Now there's a conspiracy theory floating out there that I want to run past you, since we can stir up a good conspiracy theory here.
I'm down. Let's do it.
How the IHRA is actually going out and purchasing all these abandoned racetracks?
Yes.
And then they're going to refurb them. I believe that they're buying all this out of urban area properties, and then they're going to turn around in 5 years, and these are all going to be data centers because they own the land, and they're going to just sell off all the land and laugh all the way to the bank. Because they're buying all these, they're big properties, but it's a defunct business, so they're buying them cheap. They're buying them for less than what the land is worth. They stick some money into it, write it off, wait 5 years when AI needs more data centers, and they're like, oh, we have all this land out of every metropolitan area, and then they wrote one check for $60 billion and leave the country.
It is unusual how this money is suddenly flying into drag racing, and I don't know what the sources are, but what you're saying is very likely. I mean,
how is IHRA getting all this money to purchase? I mean, not like sponsor these tracks, but purchase all these tracks.
I know.
They become a hedge fund in themselves for some reason, under the guise of drag racing, but they're all going to be data centers.
I'm going to say that you're likely that's actually likely. That's likely because they're already occupying the land. They've already got it zoned for the most extreme thing that they can come up with.
Right.
That's a good possibility. And then as they need it, they just pluck it. In the meantime,
pluck it. Like they bought Memphis International Raceway. They got all that acreage right outside of Memphis. Boom. All this acreage right outside of, in Georgia. Boom. In Florida. And boom.
I have to think about that. I'd like to find out who's actually bankrolling all of this.
Right, because I was always wondering, because it's for a while it was like every week, oh, IHRA buys this racetrack, buys this. Where's all this money? They don't sell that many fucking t-shirts.
So let me hit this on NHRA saying the thrill of quarter in a fast car is not to be beat. So I explain this to you.
That's his thing.
Yes, that works for you. Not everybody is looking for a thrill. I'm out. I go to drag racing. The very last thing on my mind is a thrill. My focus is getting the car from A to B in one piece and hopefully in front of the other car. Thrill doesn't register to me. I think for most mechanically minded people, it's not about thrills. It's the speed is just a byproduct of the thing that you do. If I wanted thrills, I would jump out of planes. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted thrills, there's a lot of ways to get thrills. I can go to a water park and get a bigger thrill going down the big slide. You know what I'm saying? Than you're going to get from any sort of drag racing. So take that in whatever context you want. Some people do it for the thrill. I don't understand it. I just don't think that way. Mark Sauvé is saying bracket racing on the 8th mile actually needs more precision than bracket racing on the quarter mile. It's so much tighter. You got to be sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be sharp. Joker is saying, what about big single turbo cars that gain steam at the end of the track when it perform better winding out the full quarter versus the shorter 8th?
No, you just give it all the boost earlier than control.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what these guys do with all this computer control stuff. They leave the line at, 15, 18 pounds and 60 feet out. They're at 35.
Yeah.
But they have computer in this and all the money in suspension and tires and, and it becomes a computer game, becomes a bigger game to go that fast in that little bit of space.
Yeah. Give it a big gulp of, nitrous on the hit and don't worry about what it's going to do out the big end.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're running, if you got a big gulp of nitrous all the way to the quarter mile, you're going to end up with parts in a bucket. But 8th mile for 7 seconds, no big deal.
7 seconds. Fast guys are down in the 3s.
Well, I know, but us normal humans.
Right. I'm just scrolling back up to see if we missed anything interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good one. Seabody Garage. Evening, guys. General question. How often do you think it's necessary to start my Mopar when it's slumbering for the winter?
Once a month.
Yeah, once a month will do the job.
Let it run, get warm.
But let it get hot. Don't just let it,
Yeah.
You're going to do more damage by starting it up and letting it sit and idle, let's say for 10 or 15 minutes, than if you just left it alone. Throw a trickle charger on the battery. That's what you're worried about. Gas will sit for the winter. That's not a problem. Although a lot of it's going to evaporate because they don't formulate gasoline the way they used to. But one of the worst things you can do to a car that's in storage is to start it up and let it run for 10 or 15 minutes or so, because at that point you got a ton of condensation that builds up inside the engine and in the exhaust, and the condensation that's in the exhaust is very acidic, so it'll do damage. If it's practical once a month to take the car out and give it a nice 20-mile ride, that you're really doing it a favor. You keep everything lubricated. Nothing's going to dry out. No seals in the transmission. It's all going to be happy. Would you agree with that, Dr. Art?
Yes. Get the condensation out the motor.
Yeah.
Yep. They got looks like Daryl Crabb, about 4th, 5th one up from the bottom. I don't know if you're being trolled or it's true here.
Hey, Daryl. I picked up a 62 Chrysler 300 Sport. Came with a crosshair manifold. What carbs should I use with original 3D3? A lot of people don't know. But those long ram manifolds came on 3D3s and they came on 361s. It wasn't just the 413. What carbs? I would use a pair of 600 Edelbrocks. Just they're very close in specification to the original ones that were on there. A pair of 600 Edelbrocks, and you'll be happy. Um, going back to this thing about the tracks we were talking about a minute ago, Dr. Art. Dolt's my self garage. Once a track is decommissioned, good luck getting it reapproved after all the people moved in next door after the track has stopped being noisy. It's not just the people moving in, like zoning commissions and stuff hate drag strips. And yeah, when one becomes decommissioned, like that's what happened in both Englishtown and Atco. It's like once that thing is closed, it can never ever be reopened as a drag strip. And I think that's a common thing. So the people who are getting these tracks reanimated, they have to have, they got to have some real friggin' loot, and they got to be lawyered up the asshole just because of situations like that.
Think they got to hand out those nice envelopes and do all that stuff too.
Yeah. And there isn't enough profit in running. Then this goes back to what Dr. Art was saying. There isn't enough profit in running a drag strip. You know, I mean, I've been around enough of these places over the course of my life, and I know that nobody gets rich by running a drag strip.
And definitely not by buying 40 in 1 year.
Yeah, so there's something going on there. There's something going on there.
That was my tin hat theory of the week.
What's that, bro?
That was my tin hat theory of the week.
It's a good theory.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that, but yeah, I mean that actually makes sense. I'm just scrolling back up here. I'm not seeing anything that we missed.
No, there's what Zonda's got one just on the bottom there.
What's Zonda? There he is. The Hyperpack equipped Valiants had no provision providing heat to the plenum other than the ambient and what radiated from the head. They worked on the racetrack. If you look at a set of Hyperpack exhaust manifolds, the Hyperpack exhaust manifolds come up and down, right? So they come out of the cylinder head and they come up a little bit and then they go down. And where they come up, they're almost in contact with the bottom of the intake manifold. So now if you're running like because they were designed for circle track racing, and you've got the hood closed and you've got those Hyperpack exhaust manifolds sitting the way they sit, there is a ton of heat radiating up into that intake manifold. Territory. So where are we with the improbable Jeep? You're going to do a limited slip. We're going to weld some spider gears, man. We're just going to weld the spider gears, and I'm going to relocate the battery to the trunk. And then we'll get that thing back out to the track. Like the week that Etheridge opens, we'll be there. I'm not going to bring it to Buffalo because two reasons for Buffalo. First, it's 2/10 slower than everything else in the world. So, and it's fine if that's the track that you're running on. But if you're going for numbers, you don't go to Buffalo Valley. And second, it's a stick, and it's a very easy rolling stick, and you can't. Buffalo Valley is very uphill, so you can't stay.
Yeah, the start line is uphill. You'll roll back in the lights. Yeah.
So you've got to kind of like leave on the parking brake. So the trick with Buffalo is to pull the parking brake, so you got some drag there. You stage, and then say you come off the clutch, you pull, you come off the clutch, and you let go of the handbrake at the same time, and then you got to go reach for the shifter, and it kind of wrecks your rhythm. So we'll get that out to Etheridge as soon as they open. Wildfly saying just did a cast iron intake manifold in a Cadillac 425 today. I'm getting too old for cast iron intake.
Yeah, they are massive.
I did a head gasket on one of my Jeeps about a month ago, and it was the first time I rolled an engine hoist over and
Lifted up the head,
plucked the head off. I was like, you know, my
You're
days
like,
was
fuck
like,
this.
that's over. That's over. Um, I'm just scrolling back up. Okay. I'll come back down. Oh, it's dead air, silence.
Dead. Shh.
Um, Tim Miller, hoping Heartland and Kansas stay open. Isn't that one of the tracks, or is it Brainerd? I don't know. One of the recent tracks.
I know that about Brainerd. I don't know about Heartland Park in Topeka.
Huh. Okay. Thunderstruck. If you relocate the battery in the trunk, should it be over the rear axle or more towards the back of the trunk, closer to the bumper? You want it as far back and as far to the right, or as far as to the passenger side as you can get it. And this is for all rear wheel drive vehicles. And that's because the rear suspension, the rear axle, I've done so many videos talking about this, but just to answer this question, engine torque is pulling up on the left side. Okay. Now that transfers when you go to the differential, you've got the exact opposite reaction happening at the back of the car, where the axle is trying to spin opposite the engine. So the engine's going like this, the axle's going like this. Right. So that's why, like on a single, on an open rear car, it's always the passenger side that spins because torque is lifting up on that wheel. So to counteract that, you put the battery in the trunk all the way to the back where it has maximum leverage and all the way to the right so that the weight is mostly focused on that wheel. And then, of course, you have to stiffen the suspension a little bit to make it put it also. I like to use an air shock. It's very primitive. It's archaic, but it works. And depending on your car, you know, your combination, what you've got there is how you stiffen that right rear. Phil Dodge Fury, can you race Top Fuel on 8th Mile? Of course. Why couldn't you race Top Fuel in 8th Mile?
It probably cut your budget by a multiple for the season.
There's a lot of damage happens in the second half.
Yeah.
Broke Joker. I get old school snowmobile vibes from Tony. Did you ever get into snowmobiles? I'm allergic to anything that's cold. If it happens in anything less than 60 degrees, I don't want to deal with it. And even when I was younger, I still hated the cold, but I dealt with it. So no, I'm absolutely not a snowmobile guy.
I was for a while when I lived up north, but that's one thing I can live without. I'll give up snowmobiles to live in the south.
Firefly. Tony, were you ever crazy enough to run an altered dragster? Flame burners and all? You mean a fuel altered? Yes. My car was a fuel altered. Everything else I worked on other people's fuel altereds also. But yeah, Kathy used a picture from keep them going for a second. I'll find this picture.
Okay. See the salt roads are your bad, blah blah blah. Just hit 1 foot of snow today. Boy, people are just, we're just lucky to live down here. We're 60 some degrees today. People are still getting snowed and cold and back.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh, come on. Oh, it's just a thumbnail. But I can't get it to freeze there. Ah. I get you. I get.
They've seen the thumbnail before.
I'll have Kathy here.
Yeah.
I'll call her.
Okay. And Broke Joker said another super chat for $2. Thank you, sir. What kind of snowmobiles did you have? I had Yamaha, Phaser, and VMAX.
Hey, Kat. Somebody was just asking if I ever had a fuel altered. Why are you laughing? Because I'm insane? I'm not like that anymore. Oh. Yeah, you got the pictures? You show them my car. A lot of these guys have never seen my cars. Oh, there she is. I can hang up. She's in the same room now.
Yeah.
So is a thing that you could do.
That's the cold problem. The snow is nothing. No, I hate the snow also, Dale.
You
Sorry.
remember this?
No, what? Can't you just give me the picture?
Which one do you want?
The one of the car. You used it as a thumbnail.
Well, the card I use is it's on my computer. You can show it on my computer.
Oh, all right, go ahead, do that.
On my own.
Okay.
You know what? It's harder to do. Let's see. Use it as a thumbnail.
All right. She'll work on that.
Okay. Richard Waddell, he's about halfway up in the chat from the bottom. He's asked a question a couple times. We could answer it for him.
Hi, guys. Hi, Richard. What do you think of putting an EFI throttle body on a Buick 464, making 700 crank horsepower normally asked for? That's a lot of power for a freaking Buick, yeah? Go ahead, man. Dr. Art, that's all you.
No.
What do you mean, no?
If he's got a 464 making 700 horsepower, that motor's dialed. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah, I agree. What kind of carburetor you got on that thing? Richard, how long was what video?
700, he's got to have like a...
It was alive, and it was like a few lives ago.
Oh, yeah, it's on my computer.
Yeah, whatever you got for induction on it now. What if you got two carbs or whatever, stuff like that? I don't...
Just don't click on it.
But how can I show him that picture? That's a little tiny picture. You don't have the regular picture?
Yes, I do.
That was a beautiful friggin' car.
Okay. I'm gonna switch you. Can I just move you over?
Yeah, Dr. Art will keep you going here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're all saying Kathy's here to take over, so.
All right, it's in here.
Yeah, he's got a Dominator on it. Yes, that's the car, man.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because if you're making 700 horsepower, you're not daily driving it. It's just a fun toy. Leave the carburetor on it.
Downloads. Okay.
Do you know Scotty Guadagno from PG Performance?
Can you see it?
He would love that. That's right up his alley.
Is it up here?
No, it's not up there.
Hang on. What? I just saw it.
There it is.
Okay. Open. Okay.
All right.
Mm.
She's working on this.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
That's not the one. There was a burnout picture.
Burnout picture. Oh. Give me a minute.
The car looks really good. I don't think I'd ever seen that picture before.
No?
Or maybe if I did, it was so many years ago that
Okay.
Here it is.
This one.
Yeah. Actually, bring up that picture too, because I want to show them the top of the roll gauge.
Okay. Hang on. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Because now I got.
This is all high tech. Dr. Art, are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm just. They're all talking about snowmobiles now. You got them all in a loop.
This
They're
one?
either
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they're either saying Kathy's here to take over, or they're talking about snowmobiles.
And then what's the other one?
Yeah, that one where you could see the proximity between my head and the roll cage, because that's the run I think, or I get myself
Okay,
brain
so what are
damage.
you talking
Right there,
about?
that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Open. Okay, here.
All right.
Just show them on my phone because it's easier that way.
Okay.
Because you get this is confusing. It's all right. And it makes it confusing.
What are you two doing?
talking about being confused.
Okay.
Here,
Well, this was a lot more difficult
here you
than.
go. Oh, you want this?
Yeah,
one?
the burn it one. Yeah. Turn it sideways so it's bigger. Ah,
Well, it's not really bigger.
can make it bigger.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh yeah. So yes, that was my fuel alternate. It was one of my fuel alternates. That was my first one. It was called the Bomb Squad.
Bomb squad.
Right. And
You saw the bomb squad hat?
yeah, someplace.
Someone,
So you guys can see the proximity of my head to the top of the roll cage. Right here, get the other picture.
Next time, we're gonna do this differently.
Yeah. So if you look at the, so now you see there's no padding on there because that's the run where I pulled the padding off so I would fit inside the car.
Heading out of your home.
Yeah, pulled the padding out of my helmet and the padding off the front of the roll cage. So there's about an inch between the cage and my helmet. And I did that so I could see because the previous run, my head was actually touching the roll cage and I was completely blind. Ran 202 in the 8th mile, but it was completely blind. So then I had to make a full run because this was for a license, for a funny car license actually. And
Pull-ups?
I didn't put them on yet.
Okay.
I didn't put them on yet. It was just,
All right.
yeah.
At 8 you need me.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Amazing.
So
Hi, everybody.
I pulled the padding out of my helmet and I pulled the padding off the roll cage so I could see. And the next run, I didn't bring any alcohol with me. So we're running the thing on 100%. And it got out about 300 feet, shook the tires, beat my head against the roll cage like a freaking sledgehammer. And it caused brain damage. You know, it was a very interesting period of life. And that's what made me realize, you know what, some of us do not belong driving these friggin' cars. That didn't stop me, though I did build another one, and I did run that one also.
Yeah, there's all kinds of interesting stuff here. There's
Just letting you know, Molly put herself to bed
Already?
already.
Oh, get her out of there. She's going to get up in the middle of the night.
the treasure guard,
The treasure guard.
4th up from the bottom. We'll start there. There's some other ones.
I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hi, treasure guard. Little brother bought a 77 340 Spitfire back in 1982. The post start cord broke, so he got a V-belt and an old furnace motor plugged into it. 110, used it as a starter for a snowmobile. I watched the video. I can't remember this guy's name now. Oh God, what was the name of this? I'll give you the premise, and maybe somebody else has seen this. The guy had a 440 that was locked up. Okay, so he freed the motor. He tore it down, freed up the motor, and then wanted to get it started. And it didn't have enough compression to start on its own. So he took a 400 that did run and put it on the ground next to this 440 and then ran this big belt around the front pulleys of both engines. But it worked. It worked. He got it to start. He made a device to pull like tension on the
put
belt.
like a clutch, put tension on the belt.
Yeah. And he got it. Was the craziest thing. It was like, I'm watching this. I'm like, what? But I couldn't click away. I couldn't stop watching. It was actually a really, really good video.
So he got the 440 started eventually with enough RPM.
Yes, he got the 440 started. Frederick Boots. It's a nice looking dragster. It's actually a AA fuel altered. Basically, it's a nitro funny car without a body. Firefly is saying you barely fit in it. I know. When I put that thing together, I wanted it to have that little tight profile. I wanted it to be like a mean, nasty thing. So I kept, as I was building out the back half of the car, I would get in it and try it out, like, add a thing and then get in it and fit things and so on and so forth. But every time I did it, I was wearing my street clothes. So the first time we took it to the track, I got in the car, I put on my fire suit and everything, and I got in the car and realized that I don't fit. Because every time I made a measurement, it was just in my street clothes. So I learned lessons. I learned lots of lessons. But the most important lesson I learned is that I don't belong behind the wheel of anything like that. It was 120 inches, Mark. Yeah, it started out the chassis started as a Jamie Sarté chassis, and I had to redo the back half of the car to get it to pass an NHRA tech spec. How tall is it? Was Tony? I'm 5'10" on a good day. I'm the compact fun size. Buddy Carfano, does your dragster still exist today? God, I hope not. No, that thing needed to be banished to the no. Hopefully, it's buried in the fucking woods someplace.
Somebody cut it up for, yeah. Go one question down from that. I don't know if we're getting trolled or not.
Where is it?
Right, one down from where you're at.
Keith?
Yeah.
I heard there's a rare model of the Dodge Aspen Rainbow Edition with a rainbow stripe over the back end. No, it wasn't a rainbow edition. That was like the RT, and it wasn't. It was like 3 colors of stripe, and it was like yellow, like burnt orange, and red. If I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong, but it wasn't actually a rainbow. It was just that was the color of the stripe. Connor, I remember seeing those fuel altereds at OCIR, and they were rowdy and volatile. Exactly why I wanted one. It was like, funny. By the time I got into that, I had been around funny cars for a while, and funny cars are pretty cool. But there was just something so rude about a fuel altered, and there was nobody else on the East Coast that had a fuel altered. Lots of guys were running like alcohol cars and calling them fuel altereds, and I was like, scumbag, you can't do that. I'll show you what a real fuel altered was. So we did. Of course, I was always broke. I had to save, like literally, I had to save for like weeks, sometimes months, to get enough money just to get the stuff to go. It cost me between $800 and $1,000 a run every time you take that car out. Between oil, fuel, spark plugs, clutch parts, wear and tear on tires, wear and tear on clutch. $800 to $1,000 every time you point that thing at a finish line, whether you make it to the other end or not. And I was very good at not making it to the other end. What was the real weight of the fuel altered? 1,550 pounds. It was pretty violent. I don't want to talk about the stuff anymore.
Are you starting to get flashbacks?
Yeah, it was a mistake. The whole nitro thing was just a really bad mistake. I did it. I'm not sorry I did it, but looking back over it, okay, it was just a horrible mistake. It was something that nobody should ever do. It was dumb. It was just dumb. It was a dumb thing to do.
Yeah. People are asking for the silver update. Well, let's take a look.
Yeah, Dr. Art, what do we got? I think we're like around $82 right now.
82.79.
Ah,
Adjusting in 1, 2, 3 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. 82.79 right now. Oh, it just went to 82.82. Oh, it just went up. Yeah,
that's
it just went up 3
futures.
pennies.
That's not spot.
Oh, it's futures.
Lately there's been big discrepancy between futures and spot. 83.16 is your current. Yeah, the top number is gold, and 80. Yeah,
83.83. Yeah, spot price. 3, 2, 1.
yes. So now, did you notice, Dr. Art? I made the video about silver, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had just gone to 103.
Right.
In that video, anybody who saw this, video, I got to pat myself on the back for this. In the video, I said I expected to run to like 118, 120, and it did. It peaked at 121 spot price, and then I said in that video, I said it's going to take a dive, probably someplace into the mid 60s, someplace in the 60s. And what did it do? Came all the way back to $65.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said it was going to pop back up, consolidate for a little while, and then make a run to 180. So I have called it exactly. So yes, proud of me. And I'm not a chartist or anything like that.
Now the problem, if it would go to 180, and not that anyone would, but getting someone to buy it at your physical at a couple dollars under spot would be probably pretty difficult, I would think.
Say that again now.
If it goes to 180, and you have, say, you have 100 bullions,
Yeah,
you go to your coin guy and go, okay, give me $2 under spot. He'd probably just laugh at you.
it just depends. The street price, so currently we the prices we're looking at are paper prices, and they're just paper. It has nothing to do with the actual metal.
Right.
There's 300, 400 times more paper silver than there is physical silver. So at some point, they're going to decouple from each other. When silver hits like 180, 200, I don't think there's going to be a spot price, to tell you the truth. That's going to be the street price for the stuff. And while it would put the local coin guys out, you're going to have just like if you guys are old enough to remember, like when silver and gold made their run back in 1980, there were all of these like corner places that popped up. We buy gold, we buy silver. They'll be everywhere. You won't have any problem getting rid of it.
Okay.
The physical price and the spot price are not the same. They just happen to be following. But at some point, the physical price goes away, or the spot price goes away, and it's going to be a street price thing.
All right.
Hemi Ham, thank you for the super chat. What exactly distinguishes a Keith Black Hemi from other versions? What unique features presumably do they have versus others? Oh boy, that's a loaded question. So the KB was the second aluminum version of the 426 Hemi. A Milodon 7-liter was the first, and that was introduced in late 1972. The problem with the Milodon 7-liter is it had a one-piece girdle, so you couldn't service. The video I did today talking about servicing the mains, you couldn't do it effectively with the Milodon. So what KB did was basically the top end of it is pretty much a copy of the Milodon, and then the bottom of it is more like the traditional or the standard Chrysler. So that was a KB stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, little upgrades here and there, a little extra ribbing, a little extra meat here, a little extra meat there. And then they'd come up with those were all water blocks, and they came up with a solid version of a block. And then I don't remember the stage numbers, but originally they had a single cross bolt for each main cap, or 2 cross bolts for each main cap, and then they doubled them up, so you had 4 cross bolts for each main. They did away with those ribs on the top. The KB originally had those ribs that ran across the top to stiffen the upper cylinder head bolts. They did away with those, and then the KB was kind of displaced by the JP1, 1985, 1986. So that was just another further refinement of that. They still built KBs, but the JP1 became the block to use, and that went along until they went back and forth between the KB and the JP1 until the Rodec, and then the Rodec that was it. There was the Rodec was designed for nitro racing, for contemporary nitro racing, and that's what they use today. I don't know if anything I said made any sense at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was,
Let's not talk about. I don't want to talk about nitro anymore. Thank you for the super chat. Henrietta saying, I heard some were filled with concrete. No, some of them, they leaked a lot. So those water blocks leaked a lot. They had rubber O-rings around the top of the liner, because remember, you got removable liners, right? The block is just a housing to hold the liners, okay? And the liners, the steel liners, were held in place or sealed to the water jackets with big rubber O-rings, top and bottom. And they would distort during the course of a run and dump a bunch of water in the oil, which really didn't matter because you had so much nitro diluted in the oil, a little water didn't hurt it. But they were a pain to keep sealed. And then the later blocks did away with all the water jacketing.
So the later blocks were just a dry deck?
What's up, bro?
The later blocks were a dry deck?
Yes.
Okay.
Ask Drag Boss about Fords. I know about Fords, bro. What's on a why are the copper bullion coins measured in? I can't get to pronounce that, but it's 16 ounces to a pound. Avoirdupois, I believe that's how it's pronounced, because copper is priced at a pound. Yes, but remember, 12 pounds of that, the avoirdupois, is 12 ounces. 16 ounces of that is a pound, whereas Troy, it takes 12 ounces to equal a pound. Scrolling up. Keith says, fun fact, sliced kielbasa fried up in barbecue sauce, no oil needed, is incredible.
Probably pretty good.
Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, kielbasa is kind of like it's just a little tube of sausage. It's kind of like
I know what kielbasa is, but have you ever fried one up on
barbecue sauce? Yeah, you get the barbecue sauce to caramelize a little bit and in the bottom of the pan and nice crust on it. Yeah, it'd be yummy. A little bit of cheese, that'd be perfect.
Interesting. I'm hungry now.
What are you not hungry?
I'm always hungry. I'm such a foodie. Mark Survey is saying concrete filling or hard block is a thing, though. My small block Chevy was hard blocked to the bottom of the water pump jacket. The Chrysler Hemi that's in this dragster is hard blocked also, or concreted. I don't know what the hell they poured in there. Yes, but we're talking about Top Fuel and the evolution after aluminum blocks came along. Because once aluminum blocks came along, there was no more of that. I hate drag racing. I hate nitro. I hate this stuff. You have no idea. All mechanics are foodies. Firefly, you're probably right. What is that? Why are we foodies?
Well, because when you're working on the car, you're zoned out. You're not thinking about bills and dogs and why is la 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 la. You're like, oh, I could use a sandwich. Yeah, what about that? You bring yourself down to the more just I need to eat. I need to poop. I need to take a nap. That's about it.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Mm.
Let's see. Broke Joker, real question for Tony and Art. How do you guys buy another project or toy without the mistress being pissed? Is there a secret you guys aren't telling us?
Yes, you let your wife do whatever the fuck she wants. So when you do something stupid, it's okay.
I turn all the stuff into cash. why would the missus have any problem with that?
Well, that too, yeah. Oh,
I
I'll
turn
probably
it
hope
into
another
cash.
$1,000 payday. Oh, okay.
Yeah, either we flip it over, real quick, or it's money that just sits in the bank. You got a couple of muscle cars sitting around. I got pennies in these damn things, and it's just the same as having money sitting in an account someplace, whether it's sitting on silver or gold. But I mean, I've made a living off of this stuff since I was literally a teenager. So why would she have any problem with that?
All right.
Buddy Corfano is eating ziti and meatballs while watching. I'm not feeling like a red sauce. I'm thinking garlic and oil.
Oh, okay.
Garlic and oil with some Parmesan. Let's see.
Yeah, like Bruins Vince, what's going on? Tim Miller.
Meatballs. Hang on, I'm just scrolling back up now.
Yeah, well, we're talking about food now, so it's getting much better.
Oh, bacon and spaghetti sauce will tickle your tonsils. Bacon. Oh. I'm not feeling like a red sauce, but a nice Alfredo would be great right now.
I mean, I like bacon with more bacon and then some more bacon with cheese and mayonnaise in a sandwich. And that's like the most wonderful thing for me. I'm like, oh, if I had a chocolate donut on the side, I'd be like, oh, this is good.
When we had the coffee house, we used to make our own bagels. So they were authentic, bagels. So we'd make our own bagels, and we would do grilled cheese on a bagel, bacon and grilled cheese on a bagel, and it was like candy. I got up to like 210 pounds. I got all fat and stuff. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Hey, it's Fat Tony. Yeah.
The problem is when you own the damn place and it's like, yeah, I want a snack. Oh, that was good. Let me have another. It's like,
yeah. So you made your own bagels. You blanched them. You did everything there and baked them. Oh, yeah.
Yep. It was a very involved process.
Oh yeah, it's a big process to do them right, but it pays off if you do them right yourself. Yeah.
We did a lot of experimenting, and I found a very large ceramic floor tile that worked perfectly in a convection oven to bake them.
Oh, okay.
And these were exact New York City bagels. Oscar, what was it? It wasn't a coffee shop. I've never had a coffee shop, but coffee houses, completely different. Coffee shop is a place where you just, you get your coffee and your bagel and you run out the door. A coffee house is a bar for people who don't drink. So I had coffee houses. I had several of them. They were called The Grind. Oh, tortellini Alfredo. Raining Slant 6 wants to talk about the difference between the resonance of pressure pulse moving back and forth along the intake runner and reflecting off the open ends versus inertial ram effect. And we're talking about food. We're talking about bacon and Alfredo and yeah,
Maybe he's just chucking M&Ms and down his throat as fast as he can, and one got stuck.
How about talking about the difference between the resonance of the pressure pulse moving back and forth along the intake runner and reflecting off the open end versus the inertial ram effect? I don't know what you mean by that, Raining Slant 6. I didn't know there was a difference. The Treasure Guard, Uncle Tony buys Kathy a food truck, and they make a lot of money selling food and drinks. I just went to look at a food truck maybe a month ago. I've been thinking about a food truck, but yeah, I wouldn't have the time. We don't have the time. NHR wants to get back to knurled pistons. What's LB Bruins meat ravioli in a blush sauce? What's a blush sauce?
Yes, Vince, tell us what a blush sauce is.
Billy, I work at a pizza place to make an awesome Alfredo sauce pizza. My friend Sammy has a brick oven pizza place around here. I haven't eaten there in a while because I've been trying to like lay over bread and stuff. But he makes a 5-cheese Alfredo pizza that's just absolutely out of this world.
Oh, you know that guy?
Sammy?
Yeah.
Sammy and I go back 20 years.
Okay.
He used to own a what was it called? Mezza Cuisine. It was a Mediterranean. It was like a buffet. Okay, and I would go in there. I was a regular. I ate there like every other day, and so he just started cooking specifically for me. So I'd walk in there, and he'd have these big plates of everything like just ready for me, and it was like he was like, I loved Sammy. You know what I'm saying? And then Mezza Cuisine was the name of the place. So he fed me like a god. So then he closed that place and he opened up a hookah lounge. And I had the coffee houses and I needed to add something to it. So I started doing hookah too. So then me and Sammy became like hated enemies. It was like really bad. You know what I mean? Like really bad.
The hookah wars. Yeah.
Oh, we almost came to blows more than once. It was pretty crazy. And like I would send raiding parties into his place, go in there and tell anybody who you could sit down and talk to, come to my place. Everything is free. Free hookah, free coffee, free whatever you want, free food, anything that's on the menu. It's yours. Just come over there. So they would do these like raids on his place. And then he would try to do the same thing to me, but he was cheaper than I was. And so I won on it. Anyway, make a long story short, we both got out of the businesses. And he moved. For you guys who don't know, I always had night businesses, and coffee houses were my night business. So then he decided to open a pizzeria, and then we started talking again. We became friends again, and he still feeds me like a god whenever I go in there. Sammy and I were in jail together. No, we never went to jail together. I mean, I've been to jail. He's been to jail, but never together.
Mm-hmm.
Hemihead, I've heard of this. There's a law in, I forgot which city in Italy, that is coal-fired oven that they regulate pizzas be cooked with. I heard about that. But I don't know any of the details.
Mm.
Okay. So that's Kathy Bananas. Or cinnamon.
That's gonna be
That's the street
It's gonna
name.
be a blush sauce. Yeah, tomato sauce with cream. Okay.
Okay. Like a vodka sauce.
Yeah.
Territory, good question for you. I'm territory rather. Dr. Art, 3 things California would have to change for you to move back.
They'd have to change the complete political ecosystem and throw it in the garbage before I would even start. And then they would have to change the price of gas, and they would have to change the price of housing. That would be okay.
I never liked the taste of vodka sauce. Rocket Media Productions. Tony, I love you, but you got to end the live stuff. It always ends up being a shit show. How so?
That's what we're here for, the shit show.
Yeah, we're here to have fun. This is a chance to sit around with the guys that watch our channel and just go back and forth.
Right.
Yeah,
There's no
it's a
old
shit
ladies
show,
being,
but it's supposed to be a shit show.
right. There's no old ladies being kidnapped on our show.
Right.
No one wants to hear about that. So it's just nonsense, and you should contribute more of your nonsense and hit the like button too.
Yeah, this is why we don't advertise. We don't promote the lives. We just pop them up. The regulars know we do it every Wednesday and we do it every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want a bunch of strangers in here. I mean, strangers are welcome, yes, but we don't want to overwhelm. We want to have our regular crowd and we bullshit back and forth. It's just like sitting in the garage, except that we're sitting here.
Right. Except we're on your TV.
Yes.
And your wife is like, "Why are you watching those 2 idiots again?"
Joe Brooks record. My last employer, Pablo Escobar, was a jerk, but he knew where the good food was.
Yeah.
Territory. I came for the tech and stayed for the shit show. Number 1 stunner. What are the differences in sales tactics and space management between the parts business that Tony did with relatively little space and those immense salvage yards with tons and tons of cars? Target. I played with the landscape of these Mopar parts and found that A-body Mopars were where the action was. That's where there was the most volume of interest. B-body stuff brought more money. E-body stuff brought more money. But there were 3 people doing A-bodies for every 1 person doing a B-body. So I says, aha, that's it. And then you narrow it down. What are the hot years? 1967 and 1972 is the hot years. So that's what I did. I just targeted it, broke it down to just that one type of car, that one body, one basic type of car, and stuck within that range. And of course, sometimes I pick up a 62, 63, sometimes I pick up a 76, just depended. But there was enough overlap between that field that I could buy a parts car, break it down to absolutely nothing, cut the frame rails, cut every little scrap of metal, and it got sold. And then, of course, the fact that I used for A-bodies only, I always had a dozen ads. Like every single day, there was at least a dozen ads with different parts, and that's the difference. Targeted. Keep it targeted. I'm just scrolling back up here.
Yeah, they're asking questions about rear ends and.
Pick one, man.
God,
I'm hungry.
914 Jared 45513. He says, I've always wanted an Eaton e-locker. Expensive, would be sweet to hit a button and lock my 1500 two-wheel drive when I need it. And that Eaton locker is going to be, yeah. That Eaton e-locker, that's still going to be, most of the time it's going to act like a locker, even when it's not powered up. So
I'm very not familiar with it.
Oh, okay. I got one sitting in the driveway in that black truck, and I got to reseal the rear diff so you can come take a look.
Okay. How does it make contact? How's the electrical contact made to the diff?
It's like a 4-wheel drive actuator, just a little linear, little pinball solenoid,
No, what I'm saying is how is the electric connection made from the housing to the spinning diff?
No, there's a outside actuator that actuates a lever, then the lever does the mechanical part. Like I said.
I have to look at it. I got to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm totally not familiar with that. Hemi had a saying, I bet Tony had all the stuff found in Hollander solution memorized in his head for all the intention. I knew everything, bro. You name it. Those cars, I knew everything. Every bit of interchange.
And then about 4 up all the way from the bottom, War Ghost.
War Ghost. Geez, there's a lot more chats that came in, but he's up there. Where was he? I lost him now. 916. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Hey, War Ghost. I'm looking at putting a locker or limited slip differential into my 97 2500 Suburban as a mostly on-road tow rig for better traction. What would y'all do? What would you all do?
Locker LSD. I mean,
do you have a traction problem when you're towing? Do you tow off road, or do you tow like over like ice and stuff like that?
I mean that's a junkyard visit for me to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the factory locker posi rear end out of the 2500 Suburban. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't do it unless you're having an active traction issue. Because almost being equal, an open rear is going to give you better mileage, better fuel mileage. Because remember, every time you make a turn on a limited slip differential, every time you make any type of turn, it's creating drag. It may not be actually, locking the rear end, but it's creating drag. Otherwise, everything would have some sort of limited slip.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like having problems pulling your boat out of the water, that could be.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you're launching boats and stuff like that, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. You need a posi or limited slip rear.
Yeah.
Okay, here he is. It's a one-wheel killer living in Ohio. I've got stuck in my driveway 7 times these last 2 weeks. I did just put good tires on it. Helped a lot. Well, I mean, yeah. So everybody's situation is different. So yes, I mean, I don't remember what the question was. NHRA, whatever happened to the big block Impala dude? We talked about this in the video. He had an accident. He had brain damage. He died at the scene. They revived him. He's back at work. He's back, normal. But some people you just can't nail down. And I give up. I've just given up on it. There's nothing I can do about that.
They call him Ducky for a reason.
Ah, yes, yes. Um, specifically at the passenger rear. If you've got an open diff, the passenger rear is the one that's going to spin.
Yeah.
Danny Boyd is saying the tires are the most crucial component to being able to drive in the snow. Yes. Danny Boyd's got another good suggestion there too, which I should have thought. Oh, where we go? Huh? He says he's saying tap on the brakes when that's happening, and yes, that will generally get you out. Ride the brake a little bit, just a little bit. All you
Yeah.
got to do is give a little resistance to the wheel that's spinning, and it'll, you know. Oscar Gonzalez, can shocks go bad with no signs of leakage? Yes.
Yep.
Internal.
Especially if they're gas filled, you'll never see them. Yeah.
Dude, I got to eat something.
And you haven't been to In-N-Out to get a burger yet, have you?
I have.
Oh,
I
you
have.
did go.
What's that?
Oh, you did go.
You didn't see the In-N-Out hat on my shelf at the shop?
No.
I went. Now I had it in California 30 years ago.
30
right?
years ago. Yeah.
It was. I'm going to say it was okay, right? But I don't like a salad on my friggin' burger. Like when I ordered, okay. Now this was a battlefield order. Okay, there was like the thousands of people. You know, it was crazy, right? So I was like, all right, just give me 2 double doubles and some fries. Okay. So, but the bun was good. The burger were good. The cheese was good, but I don't like the salad on a hamburger, and their sauce was ass. I did not like the sauce.
You don't like the sauce, huh?
Don't like the sauce.
Well, you went to Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro is cheap on the sauce. You got to go to Lebanon. They do it better.
Really?
Yeah.
But either way, I don't like it. You know,
what's not to like? It's a spicy Thousand Island pickly good thing.
Not crazy. I just ketchup would have been great. Just ketchup would have been great.
Just go to Culver's.
Culver, no. I'm gonna hit them again. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll hit them again tomorrow.
Yeah, ask him for if you go to Murfreesboro, you got to ask him for extra sauce.
I don't like the sauce
because you didn't have enough of it.
No, there was plenty. It was enough. There was enough sauce on there for me to say I don't like the sauce. It's not for everybody, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I get mine spread cheese only. I don't get any vegetables, no onions, no nothing. On a double, and I get the fries, and you got to get the lemonade too.
Lemonade.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm down with that. All right, so tomorrow I'll hit In-N-Out again. Junkyard Diggs is wearing an Edison Motors initial investor jacket in his latest video. I just got my LA Beast shirt.
Oh, did he respond to you?
No, I didn't do a call out, but I ordered one of his shirts.
Oh, okay.
I just got it yesterday. Have a good day. have you caught any of his videos?
No.
Oh, dude. I watch. He's got like 16 years worth of video up. So like every night I watch at least one or two of them before I go to sleep. This guy is just absolutely awesome. He's the YouTuber we should all aspire to be.
Well, that wouldn't be hard.
Are you guys familiar with the LA Beast?
Let me look it up here.
No, I guess not. Territory Tony do an unboxing video of the In-N-Out. I can do that.
Is he he's a big like weightlifting looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you kind of watch. Some of the videos aren't so hot. Like he likes to collect toys and shit like that. But all of his food challenges and these gauntlets that he does,
yeah.
Oh, over the top. It's absolutely over the top.
Skippy62 Able is his channel, huh? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you just search LA Beast and he comes up.
At LA Beast.
Mhm.
3 million subscribers. He's doing well. I'll give him a try. I clicked on him, so.
Yeah, except that most of his videos aren't monetized.
Oh, he does it specifically so they don't take his way to monetization.
No, well, like if during the course of a challenge he loses it, right? He doesn't edit it out, so it's not like community standards. It's just like right down the toilet. But I mean I have never freaking laughed so hard in my life. This guy is a true American hero. Zero is saying, double animal style. I don't like heated up lettuce and whole onions. That's my In-N-Out order. What is animal style again exactly?
I think they chop up another burger and then with sauce on top and stuff like that. It's like you can get animal style fries where there's sauce and meat and cheese on the fries.
Okay. Well, let's see what Zero.
Okay.
Double animal style. Object in the mirrors are losing. Objects in the mirrors no longer matter.
Yeah.
I can't believe none of you guys know the LA Beast.
Mm. Keith, yeah, about 5 up from the bottom now. Keith, H9S.
My neighbor brags about how his 1990 Ford Escort wagon has a factory tach 1.9 automatic. I can stop laughing at him. He likes his car. He likes his car.
Let him be with his little wagon. At least it's not a Pinto wagon, so he's okay.
I've learned not to rag on people for their cars.
Mm.
Yes, Hemi Head. LA Beast. LA Beast. There's a couple of them that are just like over the top. I watched one last night. What the hell was he? What was he eating? It was he ate 10 Twinkies. Okay, that he cut them in half and he made horseradish. He got the world's hottest horseradish.
Oof.
Loaded them in there, right? And so the challenge was to eat all of them while he used these electrical stimulators on his hands, this TEMS device.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put a pad on one hand, a pad on the other hand. You gotta see it. He did the same thing eating the world's hottest ramen, I believe it was. Dude, this guy's just off the chain. He's gold, the absolute YouTube gold. Yeah, Zero just put up a link to his channel. D. Strow was saying those first-gen escorts are extinct here in Northeast Pennsylvania.
They're mostly extinct down here too. They only go so far. Then everything is just needs to be replaced. I've tried buying Escort GTs, and stuff like that, and then they're it's constant, just constant.
And Fubar just put up a link to my merch. Thank you, Fubar. Our shirts, our hats, our stickers, and other things that Kathy Bananas sticks in the store are all there for sale. So if you want to support the insanity, please, yes, go do that. And he also put up a link to Dr. Art's merch, which is there. And Dr. Art has awesome merch.
Many things.
Yes. And he, for a small fee, he'll bedazzle anything that's in the store for you.
That's right. I still have my Barbie Bedazzler kit.
All right. It's 9:30. I'm freaking hungry.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time to wrap this fun thing up, isn't it, Doc? Oh, wow. Yeah, it's 2 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
So
Yeah.
Our incredible mods, Zero, Fubar, Mexican Spec, guys, thank you as always. Everybody contributed. Super chat, thank you. It's always appreciated. It's never expected, but always appreciated. And everybody who contributed with your presence and your conversation and a possible like or dislike, anything, some kind of reaction on your way in and out.
Go after the show, watch it again, type in silly comments. Do the whole thing. It's okay.
It's always a help. It helps the channel.
And if you do a silly comment and it gets into a chain of silly comments, we'll go over the silly comments next week.
Yeah.
So if you want to go down in infamy on Wednesday Night Live,
let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's read comments on the next live.
Yeah. Only the silly one. Yeah.
Dr. Art, what do you have? Oh wait, before you do that, Zero saying animal style is grilled chopped onions. I'm in favor of that. And mustard fried burger patty. I don't know if I like that. Mustard fried.
Well, get one animal style, one not, and then see what happens.
Oh, now I'm hungry for that. Oh, God.
They're open. You can hop in the truck and go there right now.
They closed now. It's 9:30. I think they're closed. I don't know. I'm going to find out. What do you have to talk about or promote, Dr. Art?
Not a damn thing because I've been too busy. But we'll have some El Camino content. We'll have the big black truck content, and maybe we'll do some dragster content if I can get my ass over there and put the brakes on it. So
yes. All right. So on that note, I'm going to hit the out button. I thanked everybody. Yes.
Yes, they're all thanked.
Yes, and here goes the end stream. Good night, everybody. Don't get killed out there.